Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And well, you know what? We had a wonderful day in the market as well. And I hope you made some good trades because we are sure killing it inside the Discord as the NASDAQ pumps to new all time highs now, 463. The bears continue to be wrong and wrong and wrong about the crash coming. I think we have higher to go, and that's what's coming. And they're starting to cut the rates. Canada cut the rates today. Tomorrow should be the ECB. And overall the market is loving it, right? Because they expect the US to start potentially cutting rates and following the other countries, right? So the rate tops, the rate cycle, hiking rates, that should be all over now. And we can clearly see that by the 20-year impulsing down here. Same thing for the 10-year. 10-year will continue to crash lower, in my opinion, and we got lower to go. So again, that should be the trend, and the trend is now towards the downside. So if you guys are still hoping for higher rates, I think you might be holding on the glimmer of hope. So if you're bearish this market, you're going to have a hard time holding your positions. As NVIDIA also makes another all-time high, we're going to be talking about NVIDIA as well. We could be nearing a potential high here for NVIDIA as we approach the 1200 to 1400 level. Again, I was delusional, right? We're calling for dip buys down here at 763, but now that we're at 1224, it's like what is this really the top? It's funny how the market works and how people's emotions take over them. But this was a clear dip buy in a wave 4, and now we're impulsing out in a final leg in a 5th wave. Now we'll have to see if we maintain bearish divergence. If divergence gets erased, then ultimately this market is just going to keep pumping higher, and this can extend beyond this level that I have here as a sell area. Okay, so please pay attention to this tomorrow. I think we're going to have some big data coming out soon as well on Friday regarding non-farm payrolls. Today was a miss on the ADP non-farm payroll, so private sector reporting, but it's kind of like a precursor for the actual government numbers. So don't mistake that for just like as a non-event. It's still very important data. Let's continue on. We'll take a look at the SPY here on Market Cipher. So you could see we saw green money flow, dwindling back near the zero line. And then boom, out of nowhere, big pump towards the upside. Green dot confirmation yesterday. So this showed us that a low is in. Now we're also getting some more bullish dual band strength index numbers on the daily. I expect this move to continue higher. All things considered, maybe it comes to an end right now after I say it's gonna keep going. So that'd be funny if it does happen. But ultimately, I think the Hang Seng is also set up for a beautiful dip buy opportunity. There we go. So I mean, right here on the daily, 4-hour and the daily time frame is looking quite good for the Hang Seng. Currently up about 79 basis points. Alibaba is also up as well. We are long those two positions inside the Discord from the low. So congrats to the members if you guys caught those trades. And then essentially our count here goes as follows. We should just continue to go up. So really, honestly, there's no greater setup in my opinion than this dip buy here. Could we go lower and double correct? We could. We've had a strong move up, but ultimately I think we should have another high, and then we'll finish up the yin trade with an amazing gain in June, I think. Let's continue on. Take a look here. 4-hour time frame, wave edge, green cross, played up beautifully. Now we're getting more upside. New all-time highs. And again, I'm getting so many, not getting so many, but I'm seeing some of my members are still in a perma bear Discord, which is kind of funny because they can give me daily updates on how they're doing. And again, they continue to buy SQQ, which is the triple leverage short on the NASDAQ, and they'll probably continue to buy it until they're fully out of money and their accounts go to minus 90%. But really, in my opinion, I don't think this is the time to short just yet. I think we got higher to go, and it can go higher than my levels, right? And when we do finish up and we see peak euphoria get reached and all this stuff accumulates, that is when I will be bearish the market, and I'm going to get bearish pretty heavily, but not just yet. I think we got a melt up coming up, and again, the bear case is right. The fundamentals are terrible, but again, that the fundamentals of the economy is not the stock market. As you can clearly see, we got terrible numbers coming out. Jolts is bad. Non-farm payrolls is bad. Tomorrow we're probably going to get even more bad data, and the market's going to continue to go higher, right? So that's just what we are in right now. But you know, you got to differentiate yourself from an economist to a trader. And this market looks bullish. The trend is strong towards the upside. We are set to most likely get a multi-week rally where the bears are going to get squeezed and they're finally going to capitulate. If not, we're just going to keep going higher until they do. NVIDIA could even go beyond my level. We do have a stock split coming up on NVIDIA. So again, this is my count for NVIDIA. It's been playing out quite well overall, but I think that once this is complete here, or the stock split happens, I'm going to have to redraw all these lines because they're going to shift as we get to 10 to 1 stock split. Maybe TradingView can adjust it, but I don't think they will. I think everything that I have drawn here, I'm going to have to redraw, but I don't mind doing it for you guys. All right, we got some questions here from the premium members inside the Discord. So some questions about the Ying trade that we are currently in. So again, Ying obviously has not been performing quite well, right? The last 4 years, and that's understandable. If you take a look at the Hang Seng Index, it's been going down basically for the last 4 years nonstop, right? So obviously a triple leverage bullish ETF on an index or an asset class that goes down essentially for 3 to 4 years nonstop will also go down in probably even more, right? So that's why someone was saying in my Discord today, the 4-year performance is really bad. Well, of course, it's going to be bad. Look at the asset. But look where we're buying it, right? We're not buying it up here and adding and adding and adding and adding forever. We bought it down here, right, at $18, $20. And I still believe we got one last move up, which is going to make us a new high. And I think we could easily squeeze out $40 to maybe even $48, which could be a massive gain for the portfolio, maybe 100% gain on this one, on this trade here. So I continue to hold it, and I continue to be bullish on the Chinese market, and I think that we got more gains to come. And again, it's not a hold forever, right? I'm probably gonna take some profits once we finish up this wave 1, as we could get a very big wave 2 pullback here, and it could be a deep pullback. The wave 2s are known to be big, pretty deep pullbacks, so I'm not going to be holding then. I'll probably at least shave off some of my positions, right? So that's what I'm looking for here, something like this. Essentially, the Hang Seng will do the same thing as the Ying. Someone asked me also about WFS, I think. Let me just double check here. Someone was requesting WFS. WGS. So let's take a look at WGS, which is the Genetics Holding Corp. So this one is an interesting one because I was actually taking a look at it today at work, but I think this one is possibly just finishing up inside of a 5th wave. It's very, very impulsive, but it's showing that it could be peaking at any moment. So someone's asking to where did they see an entry? I mean, in such a volatile stock that's gone up from $1.21 to essentially $26. I mean, you could be like, you gotta ask yourself, if you're willing to buy up here, who's selling to you, right? It's probably the guy who bought here down here at $1.36. He's gonna sell to you. So I don't chase these types of moves. We enter them before they happen, or we don't touch them at all. So in my opinion, I think this is just finishing up its first impulse higher. Let me see here. 3rd wave, probably right here, and then 4, and then a 5th wave, extended 5th wave. But once this peaks, you're gonna lose the whole 5th wave, and you'll probably come back to $8, $9, something like that, in a pretty steep correction, and then crash correction, or if not deeper. And if it is really a cycle, if this looks like to me this looks like a cycle low, then you get a deep wave 2, and then finally an impulse higher in a wave 3 if this company's fundamentals support it. Again, I don't know much about the company, but it looks like it's been falling for quite a bit of time. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. I don't know the fundamentals, just showing the technicals right here for you guys, or whoever was asking inside the Discord. Okay, let me continue on. I'll take a look at Apple here. And Roku, so Roku again needs more time, just cooking here. Still let it cook. It's in my opinion still looking bullish, but could have that bearish scenario play out. Tesla here again also cooking, needs more time. I think this one is primed for a rally towards the upside, and it's just gearing up now. It's testing a lot of investors' patience. Let me take. Oh, we already covered NVIDIA, and again, you guys kind of know what position I'm looking for there. Now let's take a look here at Apple. Apple is either doing an overshooting B wave, or it could just be extending the fifth wave here, which could be very likely. And this third wave is moved up to here. When I look at the daily, this looks like the third wave. So now we gotta actually maybe redraw our count here. I think I was looking at the smaller time frame. So the wave one is essentially finishing up, and you're gonna get a wave two eventually. But if it erases divergence, you're gonna keep pushing higher in a wave one, and you're gonna go to above 200s. You're gonna take out the 200 levels. You're gonna go to 220, you know, and higher up, and before you finish up the first wave impulse up. Okay, so that's it for Apple. I'll cover a few more things here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at SMCI. We haven't taken a look at SMCI here for a while. So SMCI looks like it's going to play out this WXY, looking for a deeper correction in another ABC move. So that's what I see here for SMCI. It's not looking that bullish in my opinion. I think this run up is finished, and then overall it's probably gonna get another drop down. But if NVIDIA continues to push higher, you might get some more chop and some more bullish price action back to $1,000 or something. It just extend the X wave really. Okay, let me cover a few more things. We'll take a look at the TLT. So our TLT, again, our TLT position continues to appreciate. The perma bears are continuously wrong, which benefits us, because really this was just another dip buy, ABC correction. Now we're inside the third wave. Now this is the impulsive part of the move. So now we should be inside the wave one, and then we're gonna pull back into 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And again, I would not be shorting the TLT, right? I would be long the bonds, not short the bonds, right? You want to be short the yields, if anything, which is long bonds. Pretty simple, right? We are long the TMF, which is a triple leverage of the TLT. Maybe we'll get a pause though, and the rates collapsing. The rates don't just drop forever, right? So eventually you'll get a break in this move, and then a pause, bounce back up in yields short term, and then reversal back down in the wave 3. So I think this is just the first wave here, and we got lots of blood coming in for the yields. It's gonna be ugly if you're continuously short this market. So A wave, sorry, what am I talking about? Oil finishing up this wave 4 here. I think we got one more low in oil, and then that's gonna finish our first impulse down. Then bigger bounce back up in a wave 2. I think we're probably gonna go to $70 or something, pretty good, darn close to that, and that's gonna bring down the oil prices, which is gonna help gasoline hopefully, and then energy prices as well, and then that's gonna help the inflation play, inflation going away play, and then bounce up in wave 2, but ultimately a bigger correction in a wave 3, which is the ultimate bear scenario for oil. And I think we're going to be going back down to the 55s, 45s once we get down to these levels here. But again, once we do get down to 45 or lower, it's going to be a generational buying opportunity in my opinion, and I would not be short oil at these levels here. I would be exiting my shorts if anything and looking for longs. Obviously, pending market conditions, I will update members at all times and give you guys update on my positions. So yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. Don't really have much to add. I think that we got higher to go, and I think overall this market is playing out in our favor. Our trade plan is going amazingly overall. If you've been following me, then congrats. If you've been counter trending, then must have hurt the portfolio today as the market pushes higher. Anyways, have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.